What's up, YouTube? It's Jackrabbit here, back again with Billy Goat. Wait, no, that way.
Yeah, you're over
Uh,
there.
yeah, exactly. Uh, uh, and today we're going to talk the Royal Rumble 2025, which was Saturday, and we're recording this on Monday because, well, we were too tired. By the time I got home after watching it at his house,
And the post show.
I didn't bring the gear. By the time I got home, we were too tired, and yesterday we were both too busy and too tired, so we're doing it today because we can.
Woo!
If you don't like it, yeah, DXS2 works for you. We won't say what those are. Okay, so was it a bad pay-per-view? No. Worse, was one of the Royal Rumble winners predictable? Yes. But that's not always a bad thing.
No, I like to see where they're going with the story before I judge. I want to see, are they doing Charlotte Rhea 3 or are they doing what it looks like they're going to do, Charlotte Tiffany? That's what I want to
It's
see.
probably going to be, oh yeah. For anybody who hasn't seen the Rumble, go back and watch the pay-per-view. What are you doing watching this before watching that?
Yeah, what are you
What's
doing?
wrong with you?
Get out of here and
Go
go
back.
watch your Tribal Chief.
Yeah, go back, watch that, then come back to this. Okay, now I will go ahead and say it. Charlotte won the Women's Rumble, which was very predictable, which was the opening match of the night. But yeah, back to your point. More than likely, they're going to have her go up against Tiffany, just because the whole W's new thing now with Triple H in charge is they like to keep the couples together. Well, at least the married couples. Because there is one couple in WWE that is not on the same show, which is Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton. Because Ludwig is on Raw, Tiffany's on SmackDown.
I do see him eventually going to SmackDown. When they do this transfer window, but we don't know how long
When it's going to end.
We
We were just talking about that Saturday, actually. But back to the Rumble itself. Yes, Charlotte winning was very, very predictable. Because it's Charlotte Flair. But going into it, if Charlotte hadn't been in that Rumble, who the heck were you going to have win it? I mean, to be honest, there was no clear-cut winner outside of Charlotte. I mean,
if Becky would have shown up.
Yeah, Becky would have been in there. But I'm just talking about the people that if Charlotte wasn't there, say they gave her a spot to like Lita or something, and she wasn't in the Rumble.
They kind of teased Io maybe being a favorite because they had the whole thing with Bayley defending her Rumble and Io go see you at the Rumble, Bayley. So they teased that, but before they could wrestle each other, they were both attacked. So there wasn't really that moment. But Io and Liv started out, and is it just me, or is Liv sort of like they're kind of saying to you, hey, we know we screwed up with you in the past and we're letting you be in the Rumble longer because of your 2 quick eliminations the first 2 Rumbles? Or do you think that's just their workhorse? Because Liv was in the Rumble she broke the record first. She actually broke Bayley's record in 1 hour and 7 minutes.
And then shortly after that, Roxanne beat it again.
1 hour, 7 minutes, 47 seconds. So Roxanne
all those quick eliminations you were referring to were under the Vince regime, and Triple H, I don't think he really
the shortest time spent in the Rumble this year for the women was 1 minute and 20 seconds, and that was Maxine Dupree. Second shortest time was 3 minutes and 4 seconds, and that was Nikki Bella.
Yep. Well, but speaking of surprise returns.
Yeah, should we go down the list of entries real quick?
No, I wouldn't go through the whole list. I would just mention the surprises.
Okay, so Roxanne Perez coming out at 3. We kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, that one, I don't count that one. I mean,
do you think she's going to be a big star on the main roster? Because I get that feeling.
Over time, yes. She
was my favorite in the match. I was pulling for her because I kind of got a little that when she came out. You guys gonna look at me like, are you all right? But
okay, so we're making the Roxanne Perez because everybody saw that one, Captain. She's been showing up on Raw the last couple of weeks and all that. So her being in the Rumble really wasn't a surprise. Now,
here's the thing, though. I want to ask you, because she's smaller, but they seem to know what to do with her.
Yeah, Triple H does not have that small person problem that Vince had.
No, it's about your ability to work in the ring, and she was trained by. Go ahead and say it, Jack. Tell the audience.
Booker T. Booker T trained Roxanne. She is from Reality of Wrestling.
The surprises we saw. Jordan Grace is officially on the WWE roster. I kind of saw it coming, but
now I
that
see
was
her
the
on the main
official name.
roster.
Huh?
I said I see her on the main roster.
Yeah, it says she's a technically unaffiliated, which means she's open to go to whatever show.
Yeah,
I see her being. See, they've been trying to fill SmackDown up with talented stars, and they've been kind of going back and forth. So, but she's not the only one unaffiliated. There's another big return we need to talk about in the Rumble.
Yeah, we'll get to her. We also had some NXT people. Sorry, I'm going to botch some of these names. Well,
I have the list right here. Let's see. Okay, in order, we'll just do surprises. So Roxanne Perez, kind of a surprise, but not the biggest one.
Yeah, we saw that one coming.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I will say Chelsea Green. What a performance by her. She is hilarious. I love her.
Yes.
Flash Legend came out at number 9. She's NXT. She was impressive. She's strong.
Okay, back to Chelsea Green for a minute. They did a spot with her, and then they did it again in the men's Rumble with, I can't remember who it was with. Was it Gable? No, it wasn't Gable. Was it? I don't remember who they did it with, but I'm sorry it was more successful with Chelsea as being funny than it was with the male superstar, whoever they did it with. I don't remember exactly. You know the spot I'm referring to.
Are you talking about the spot where she was like trying to be cool and they all just gang up on her?
Where she had everybody was thrown out and she was standing in the middle of the ring by herself, and then everybody got back in.
Oh, Gable did the same thing, but he didn't throw everyone out. There were a couple already on the apron, and then they all just sort of super kicked him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was so much better in the men's Rumble.
Chelsea is
the women's.
Chelsea is so funny that whenever she does stuff, she has like the perfect reaction, whereas Gable didn't really react as much. So I think that's why it was funnier, because Chelsea just sells.
It's just the way Chelsea is.
So Lash Legend, what did you think of her? She was in there for 17 minutes. She didn't eliminate anybody.
Well, I don't think she's ready to come up to the main roster yet.
No.
I think she should stay down in NXT a little bit longer. But she was impressive.
Jada Parker came in. She was an NXT person.
Yeah.
No eliminations for her either, but just to get her on the main show.
She had a good showing. I don't see her in NXT much longer. It all depends if the NXT roster needs her. She's at that fine point where she's ready to come up, but if NXT still needs her, she needs to stay down.
Yeah, we saw Stephanie Becker. We saw Julia.
Now, she's not coming up anytime soon. She just got in NXT.
Yeah, I see Stephanie staying down there. Julia, same thing. I see her staying.
Yeah, because they need to carry that NXT roster for a little while, kind of like how Roxanne Perez did.
Charlotte, of course, coming back, but there was a bigger return that we haven't seen for 2 years. We need to talk about that.
We ain't talking about Nikki Bella, because I think it's been about the same amount of time for her.
Yeah, but Nikki, I kind of saw coming too.
Yeah, we'll discuss. We're talking about Alexa Bliss, if everybody did not know.
Little Miss Bliss, 5 Feet of Fury, is back. And she was doing the flips she used to do. She looked really good in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't seem like she lost a step.
Yeah, it did not look like she lost a step. Now, I'm going to debate. I said it on the show after the Rumble. I'll say it again here. I think she should have been in the 30. I think they should have swapped her and Nikki's entrance numbers.
But wasn't Alexa eliminated before the finals? Wasn't she eliminated?
She was.
So they probably didn't. They probably eliminated her so that way she wouldn't be in like the finals with Charlotte, because fans probably would have reacted even worse if Alexa.
No, I could have seen a Roman Reigns, Batista 2014 situation.
What surprised me the most, Nia had most eliminations, by the way, with 9. She broke the record. It was tied at 8 between Shayna and, I want to say Shayna and Nia maybe beforehand. But then she got 9. There was a spot that was really difficult. The one thing I will give WWE credit for, the bottom of the screen, they were telling who was eliminated and the times. I'm
Yeah, that
glad
came in
because
handy.
there was a moment where there were a bunch of women on
Oh,
the
yeah, that
apron
spot.
and
I
Nia
saw a YouTube
eliminated
video
a
talking
bunch.
about that. Yeah, that did not go the way it was supposed to.
That wasn't very good.
No.
I was shocked by the final 3.
Yes.
'Cause
Well,
by
doesn't
one
matter.
of them. By one of them.
Nia, yeah. By
No,
one for
not
being in
Nia.
there, yes.
I wasn't shocked by Nia being the final 3.
Nia or Charlotte.
Nia, Charlotte, Roxanne Perez. I'm like, Roxanne's
Roxanne
still in
Perez,
there.
yep.
And the
That
final
shows that WWE
2,
has faith in her.
here's
If
the
she
problem I had with the final 3, though. Nia gets dumped out, and then Roxanne and Charlotte don't even get to have, like, a proper finals. I mean, it lasted, like, a
Yeah, I
minute.
didn't like that either.
I think they should have had a stare-off to show the future and the present star, Charlotte staring down with Roxanne just for a minute, let them go back and forth for a minute, because I think because here's the thing with her, Roxanne's hard to eliminate because she's shorter. She's not as easy to just dump over. You actually have to physically pick her up, and I think she was on
Yeah.
the apron when Charlotte dumped her out, but good showing. Charlotte winning. The only other person I could have seen winning really in that field, it wouldn't be story-wise, but Alexa, and then somebody talked about Naomi because they could tease that thing. Did she take out Jade? Did she not? And Naomi, say, wins the Rumble, and then you have the feud with Jade being resolved, so she could, like, cost her the belt at Mania, that sort of thing. But I don't think they were gonna go that route, and we don't even know
No,
for sure
no,
if it
that's
was
too
Naomi.
convoluted. The one thing with Triple H's storytelling is, most of the time, and this is another fact I'm going to actually bring up during the tag match here in a minute, is he does simple storytelling. Now, it's not usually concluded craziness.
Right.
But his storytelling is simple, which is all you really need in wrestling.
Yeah, and okay, fans complained about Charlotte winning. I get it. She's the first two-time Rumble winner. She doesn't need to win the Rumble to beat Mania, but it means she's going to be facing. You can build the story for a while now. Who's she going to face? What's the story going to be? Because I'll be honest
Yeah,
with you, Rhea Charlotte 3 would be a great match. We know what they can do together, but Rhea's on fire right now, and having Charlotte beat her doesn't really make sense.
yeah, and
And like you said, she needs to get to SmackDown.
yeah, and she it's better if she's on SmackDown. She's got to be with her hubby, who is on SmackDown.
It even says on the phone, I was looking at the results, that she's affiliated with SmackDown.
Yeah.
So she's
Well, she
already
was
considered.
on SmackDown before she got injured, but that
Right.
doesn't mean
But
anything.
with her being with Andrade, it makes more sense for her to be
Yeah,
on
for her to
SmackDown.
be on SmackDown because Triple
And
H.
let's be honest, they've already said it. She's a 14-time women's champion. She already has the record, but I think they're going
Oh
for
yeah,
her to
by a
try.
long shot. I think the closest one to her is
Trish.
Trish
Trish.
with 7.
Speaking of Trish,
Yeah, speaking of Trish, she also came back at the Rumble.
as she was wearing her TNA gear.
yeah,
Not TNA, T and A.
yeah, I got
When
what
she
you.
was with Testin Albert.
Uh, now they are teasing she's going to be sticking around, possibly,
Good.
which I'm okay with that. Even though she's not exactly young, she could still go in the ring.
Hey, is it true what I heard, by the way?
What?
I heard after the long night of the Rumble that a lot of the women gathered and they had breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't know if you'd heard anything, but I I heard that's that
That joke was bad. I mean, I'm known for bad jokes, but that one was bad.
was pretty bad.
Yes, it was.
I was impressed by the level of talent in the Women's Rumble. There's a lot of big stars. You got to see Lyra Valkyria, which she is incredible in the ring.
Oh yeah.
You got to see Chelsea Green. You got to see Piper Niven. I mean, there's a lot of stars in there, but Charlotte winning is predictable, yes. But I want to see where they're going with the story before I judge, because should I think someone else should have won? Yes, we weren't necessarily needed a two-time winner yet. But to me, Charlotte, she's 14-time champion. I think they're going to have her tie her dad with 16.
Yeah, I think so too.
If not 17. I mean, who knows?
If
I
her
will say
body holds up.
athletically, Charlotte's one of the best to ever do it for the women, and just period in wrestling. Yes, Charlotte has talent. The thing is, she's the female Cena, where she wins a
John
lot of
Cena.
titles really quick.
You didn't hear what I did there, did you?
What'd you say?
I was like, John Cena.
You got a big mouth, John Cena.
You do it better than I do.
No, but I really liked the match itself. I even told you guys it's probably one of my favorite women's match. And at one point there were 16 in there. I don't
Yeah.
recall ever having more than 15 in any previous Rumble. So maybe a record for the most people in the ring.
Yeah. In the ring at the same time.
And it even showed you active, eliminated. How many wrestlers have been eliminated? How many were actually in the ring at that point?
Which was cool. I thought that was cool.
It was. Then it said next entrant would be number whatever, and that was cool. The
Yeah.
problem they have with WWE, you cannot tell who's always coming to the ring based on music. Some
Yeah.
have Candice LeRae, I know because she has a very unique song, but a lot of them I'm like, who?
Who? Yeah, I know. Women especially. A lot of these Def Rebel, sorry, not Def
Def
Jam.
Rebel, yeah.
Def Rebel themes sung so eerily similar that it's hard to tell who the hell they are.
Or the beginning of the song takes a while to where you don't know what you're hearing.
Well,
Candice LeRae, I would say, is easy. Charlotte, you know, the big stars, some of them are easy, but there's some of them you're like, who are they?
Yeah, well, a lot of your bigger stars, like Alexa Bliss, Nikki Bella, they have CFO themes, not Def.
Well, Alexis has been updated.
Yeah,
where it sounds a little bit different.
It still has that same beginning part to where if you hear it, you know it's her.
But, like, I'm trying to think of an example. Some of the NXT people obviously didn't know their song.
No.
But, like, even some of the main roster, like B-Fab, I didn't know who it was at first.
I didn't no clue. Till they showed her name on the screen, I'm like, "Oh, it's B-Fab, okay."
Yeah, like, I do think they need to get better about having unique songs because during, like, the Attitude Era, you knew whose song it was.
Oh, yeah. Now, like, some of the men, well, you know, I'll bring that up during the men's Rumble. You know, well, since we're talking about it now, I'm gonna like Finn Balor. He got a brand new song. That was not anything.
And the fans didn't really react until they saw him coming out because they're like, "Who's this?"
Yeah,
I would say the biggest pop of the women's though was Alexa for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And then I didn't see her coat the first time, what it said on the back.
Oh, yeah.
So I rewatched it yesterday, and it had the Fiend tribute, which was really cool.
That was cool.
Okay, who stood out to you, besides Charlotte obviously winning, who stood out to you, and who do you think's going to get a Mania match of the women's division? Who do you think's gonna get some sort of
That's hard to say. I mean,
me, Roxanne and Bayley stood out the most because even though Liv and Io were in there longer, Bayley being the defending Rumble winner, they seem like now they know. I mean, they've always had a good thing with Bayley, but it seems like now the last few years, Bayley's really been one of the most consistent performers in the Rumble and in the company period. But I see Bayley getting a Mania match. She's going to be in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Bayley's going to be on the card somewhere.
Asuka did not come back. Kairi Singh did not come back. They're teasing Pure Fusion Collective against Damage Control, maybe at Mania.
Possibly.
Because they've been teasing, oh, they're just fragile, even though they've injured like 3 of them. So I think you're going to see Damage Control returning to face them at Mania, and that gives them more time to recover. So I think not bringing Asuka back was smart because then the fans would have been behind her.
Well, we really don't know her injury status. Like, I don't remember when she got injured, how long they said she was supposed to be out for.
Same. Dakota Kai, we're assuming they're just being safe with her. She had
she's in concussion protocol, so she probably just hasn't cleared it yet.
Right. But I think even if Dakota's in this, it doesn't change anything. Charlotte's still winning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, they're really, and Becky not coming back. I know you guys told me she was filming some stuff, which I didn't realize.
Apparently she is.
But her being in this would have made the fans going for her instead of Charlotte. So I think it was smart she wasn't in the. If she's going to be a Mania, though, she needs to come back rather soon. I would say by Chamber.
Oh, yeah. Like, she could be back tonight. We don't know. She could be back.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, Jack and I both got up really early, so we were tired. I went back to bed. I don't think you did. I think you just stayed up.
No.
I would say, though, this was a great Rumble match. It featured a lot of talent. I liked it started out with Io and Liv because athletically they have the stamina to be able to go the whole match.
Oh, yeah.
So it made sense to bring them out, not
Yeah. You know what? I'm not even going to make that joke. That Viper's not here. I'll let him make that joke.
Yeah. But
You need a
Nia,
stamina comment.
if Nia would have came out at number 1, it wouldn't have really made sense because she had that moment of eliminating a bunch of them at once. So I thought it was cooler that they brought her in towards the end.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Not back to what you said. Nia does not have the stamina to be in that rumble for a long period of time.
No. Um, Overall, good match. I think the
Yeah,
NXT people were used the right way. They were in there for a while, but not too long,
yeah,
except, Roxanne. But like I said, and they did interview with her, and she said, look out because she's coming to the main roster. So I think after Vengeance Day, because they're doing a triple threat with Julia, Bailey, Roxanne, I see Julia retaining, and then
now
that'll have Roxanne
she
feuding with
could
Bailey.
come up before Vengeance Day, and then
Well,
Vengeance
Vengeance
Day
Day
will
is
just
next
be her.
week. Vengeance Day is tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, and then Vengeance Day will just be her swan song in NXT.
I think Jade's gonna cost her if she gets involved, her buddy, Cora Jade. But I see her coming to the main roster and having an immediate feud with Bailey because they've been teasing that.
Yeah,
Because
they
they
have
asked
been.
her in the interview who her dream opponent at Mania would be, and she said Bailey and Becky. So I think it's gonna be Bailey and Roxanne. If not at Mania, some point we're gonna see them feuding. Because they've
Yeah,
already been feuding in NXT. And they've been every week, Roxanne's been at ringside and Bailey that one week like attacked her or whatever. So but yeah,
oh yeah,
Charlotte winning, predictable. The only thing I worry about long term is how did her knee recover? Will she be able to, um,
yeah,
not get injured again? Because once you have a severe knee injury like that, sometimes it's like
yeah.
Dusty said.
Usually,
Sometimes it's psychological too, because you worry about if it'll flare back up or if it will
yeah.
hold out.
Usually, when you tear your MCL, your ACL, usually it doesn't just happen once. Now Bailey's
Well,
been going what, a year, 2 years without hers messing up again.
Well, you have to think though, they also have the best physical therapy, probably the quicker you push it and can really get in there, the better. So I'm sure they have the best surgeons and uh yeah, you need some coffee, bro. I do too. I need some more coffee. Uh they have the best physical therapy and surgeons though. Okay, so that was the opening match.
Yeah,
I give it a solid rating. It was a really good rumble.
yeah. It was a good rumble. Didn't have the crazy spots or anything, but they said that for the men.
Yeah, and then what was our next match? 2 out of 3 falls?
Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls, DIY versus Money City Machine Guns, which was supposed to be was going to be a banger, and it was a banger.
It was. The problem is after a Rumble match, I think they should have opened with the tag match because the audience was kind of down for this. They were kind of quiet
Yeah,
and they kind of lost them for a bit. But the thing is, Triple H does like tag team wrestling and they are starting to build it back up. I kind of wondered, would it have been better with the Street Profits involved as a triple threat? I mean, I know that's
story
not where they're
wise,
going story
not
wise.
yet.
That's probably where they're going at Mania is a triple threat.
Yeah, Mania or sometime before Mania. I'm hoping they save it for Mania. That'd be nice.
I like tag team wrestling. The problem, once again, is you have to get your audience back into
Into
tag
it,
team wrestling. And the
and well,
fans did start getting into it a little bit later in the match, but neither team got much fan reaction. Even Motor City Machine Guns, I'm like, what is wrong with these fans?
yeah, maybe they were just tired from the Rumble. They had too much beer. Who knows?
But it's only one match. I mean, you go to a wrestling event, your butt better be drinking some coffee right before the show. I mean, you got to get into it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, by the way, one thing I will say, they have said that they are going to be doing, this was the Rumble at Indy. They are going to be doing a SummerSlam and a Mania there. So I'm wanting to go definitely to one of those at least. We'll
Oh yeah, that
see.
would be awesome.
But anyways, back to the show. So you had the tag team match, 2 out of 3 falls, and they get to the one thing I thought was cool to get the first fall. They did that whole fake tag where Gargano
Oh
did
yeah, even
yeah.
though I got the camera work on that was not the best.
Well, they were intentionally showing you that the tag wasn't official, so you could see it was a strategy thing,
Yeah,
which I liked because it was a false tag, and the other team bought into it, Motor City Machine Guns, and if you think about how many years those two teams have together in wrestling, it's crazy. like how much experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're all 20-year vets.
So DIY gets the first fall.
Yeah.
And of course, as predicted,
Jimmy Ginzon's got the second with their tag team finisher.
And it looked like they were heading for the victory when interference occurred.
Yep. From the Street Profits. Now, at first, I thought it was pretty deadly, or as I call them, pretty annoying.
Yeah, they got the
But
weird sleeve thing going on.
what?
They got the weird sleeve thing going
Yeah,
on.
the weird shirts that they wear.
And I can't get into them because of that. That one
No,
little thing makes me go, "Oh my god, why?"
no.
Fandango and Tyler Breeze did it better. We'll just say that.
Yeah. Yes, and their catchphrase does not help them. Yes, boy. I want to say no, boy. No.
Their catchphrase is "Yes, boy."
Yes. That is a thing.
Damn,
But so
that's awful.
Montez Ford distracts the referee and um Antonio Dawkins hits, I think it was Shelley in the back with a crutch.
And they didn't even like Gargano or Ciampa didn't grab the piece of the crutch that fell off and throw it out of the ring real quick, so there'd be no
Well,
evidence.
they didn't care because if they did get DQ'd for it, they still kept their titles. So
That's
what do
true.
they care?
So DIY picks up the win. This was a back and forth match. I will say, I don't know, man. Once again, they just need to build tag team wrestling back up.
Yeah, well, which I think this was in the process of doing that.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, your two tag champs are definitely going to be carrying the divisions for a while, which is War Raiders and DIY.
I really thought this match was good, but let's get this one. I would say was kind of middle level because of the fact the crowd wasn't into it. It was still a good match though.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I was excited for the next match because they don't do ladder matches that often at Rumbles, and I'm glad because if you do it every year, it becomes kind of predictable. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
We'll talk about the after effects and the possible
Well, I forgot to
ramifications.
mention, after the match, the Street Profits attacked DIY.
Right. So they're going after the belts. They want those belts.
Yes, they want the belts. They want the straps. They want the smoke, as they would say.
So they help DIY win, but they want to be in the tag picture.
Yeah, that story-wise didn't completely make sense because
No,
DIY is the one who attacked and took the Street Profits out for their title match against Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
So it doesn't, unless the only thing I can think of story-wise is that the Street Profits want to take the titles from DIY.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So not allowing the Machine Guns to win the tag titles.
That's what I'm thinking, but it's going to
that
set up
kinda
a
makes
triple
sense.
threat. I think it's going to be a triple threat.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna end up being a triple threat. Okay, back to
Okay, so next matchup is Kevin challenging Cody.
that
And
great match.
what a match.
They beat the living shit out of each other.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna
Cody
go say this could be match of the year already.
Oh, yeah. Now, we do know that Cody got hurt in the match. We don't know what. We don't know what the injury is. He did get hurt.
They said it's possible that they have to give the belt to somebody else.
Yeah, it's very possible he's gonna have to be stripped because they beat the shit out of each other.
But the thing is, Cody doesn't have to be the belt that goes into Chamber. So if it's one of those like month-long injuries, he could still defend at Mania. It depends on how bad the injury
Yeah,
is.
it depends on how bad the injury actually is.
If it's more of just like a little tweak, he'll be okay.
Yeah,
because Kevin looked like he was the one that took the worst beating with some of the bumps he took because he fell on the ladder how many times?
Yeah, no, too many. Well, there was that Alabama, the finish of the match, the Alabama Slammer. The Alabama Slam, sorry.
Alabama Slammer!
Yeah, I know, talking like JBL. Why am I doing that? Oh, yeah, because it's me. But there's the Alabama Slam onto the ladder. which was the finish of the match. I did like that they didn't do the Sami Zayn attacking Cody to help Kevin win thing.
Me
But he
too.
was out there to check on his friend. I like that. I do think it's going to end up leading to a feud between Kevin and Sami, but I do like that. They're like, they had him come out, but he didn't do nothing. And I'm like, I'm okay with this.
I could see Kevin and Sami at Mania in a non-title, just one-on-one match.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see it. Let's see. Those that Fisherman Buster. Kevin gave Cody that Fisherman Buster, and then he looks like he hit his head on the damn ladder, delivering the move.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah, there were a few spots where we all just looked at each other. We all looked at each other during some of the spots, like, are they going to be okay? Like, that was
yeah. There's the well, Kevin hit his back swung on the top of the ladder at one point. Cody got powerbombed onto a ladder at one point. Another point. Cody got his head smacked into the camera at one point.
It was a brawl.
I mean, if you want to show somebody how to do a ladder match and do it right to where it's a hard-hitting affair, show them this match.
Yeah, I wouldn't show it to them as the safest way to take bumps on a ladder.
No, definitely not. No.
Because they did some moves that were questionable. Like, I would have been like, ooh, that's because you're trying to protect your champion going into Mania. That's the thing.
Yeah. Ladder match probably was not the best pick for that.
But here's the thing. Mania isn't until April 19th and 20th. So we still have all of February, all of March, and like half of April. So if it is just a nagging injury, Cody will be able to come back.
Yeah, depending on what the injury is.
Because if they just do interviews with him and stuff, because he just defended, well, March or no, coming up soon here. March 1st is the Chamber. So he doesn't have to be the belt that's put on the line in the Chamber. It could even just be a number one contenders match because it sounds like it's going to be based on Cena's.
Yeah. You know what Cena said but we'll get to that after we talk the men's Rumble first.
Yeah, but the ladder match, I would say 5 out of 5. This was perfect ladder match. They took hard bumps. They went back and forth. It looked like either one could win, even though we figured Cody would win. It was still back and forth.
Oh yeah, I could have seen Kevin winning that match.
Yeah, the odds were definitely with Cody.
Yeah, the odds were not in Kevin's favor.
Okay, so now your main event, the men's Royal Rumble.
Now, I will say how Cody took down the belts was very odd.
Yeah.
Because he unstrapped them both individually. And I'm like, why is he doing that? All he has to do is unclip the thing at the top.
Well, see, what I thought that could have been interesting is if Cody got one belt, Kevin got the other, and they were fighting on the top, trying to pull the other one away, and then you have to get both to win. That would have been.
Yeah. I just thought the way Cody did that was silly, but I'm like, I'm not gonna question it. I thought it was silly.
Probably just so he could pull the belts down and hold them up right away. That's probably his thought.
Yeah. Instead of holding that stupid holder thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the men's Rumble now. Was it good? Yes. Was there one questionable spot? Yes. It was very early on. So we will talk about it now.
Yeah, so number 1 was Rey Mysterio.
Yep. And number 2 was Penta. And at one point, it looks like both of Penta's feet touched the floor.
Okay, so I saw a video. Yes, they did touch the floor. He was trying. It was a quick bounce back up thing, so they didn't count it. But his both feet did touch. That's why they didn't show replay.
Yeah, well, I looked at it, and it looks to me like one foot is solidly touching, the other one grazes the floor.
Which still counts as elimination.
Yes, it's supposed to count as elimination.
Because it was his first Rumble, and there was excitement, nervousness, and all that, they went ahead and just let it go. His referee went like this, 1 foot, because from his angle, he probably just saw, because that other foot bounces up really quick, like you said, just grazed the floor. So I'm thinking he only saw the 1 foot hit and didn't see the other side. So they went ahead and just said 1 foot.
Well, that, and they knew he was supposed to be in that match longer. So they didn't want him, since it was kind of not exactly a solid thing. They were trying
Yeah.
to play it off so that
Well,
way.
it wasn't like when Kofi had the save and it was clear that he was eliminated. This was
Yeah.
just a very quick, 1 foot hit, or both feet hit really quick, but then they decided not to count it.
Yeah. No. It wasn't like that. This was a questionable thing to where they could definitely get away with it.
Yeah, because the way if you were there live, you would be able to tell that he was out, but
Yeah,
watching at
but
home, the way they shot that, it wasn't clear. I'm just gonna give it to him and say, okay, because this is his first
it was 1
Rumble,
foot.
and it wouldn't have been good had he had been because Penta was in this
No,
for
because it would have messed up the match.
Penta was in this for 42 minutes, and I believe that was the longest. Yes, it was. And the shortest this match was 6 seconds. Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah. He was in the match less time than IShowSpeed. Man, he was disrespected.
That was so. I'm sorry.
That spot was probably supposed to go to somebody else.
Well, Tozawa was taken out.
Yeah, I think Tozawa was always supposed to get taken out in the original plan, but I think like JD McDonough or somebody else is supposed to take him out and take his spot.
Yeah.
But because
JD's injured.
JD got injured, they had to call an audible. So they
And once again, Randy was a star we were expecting to see, and he didn't show up.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
let's just say this.
We weren't expecting show up.
For the audience, we will say the first 5 people here because they started with fast pace. So it was Gable came out third, Carmelo Hayes at 4, and Escobar at 5. So you had 5 high speed people to start the match.
Yeah. Now I will give IShowSpeed some credit for taking that spear, which he did not take right at all.
That had to hurt.
Ow! Because he landed on his arm, which you're not supposed to land on your arm off a spear. You're supposed to land on your back.
There was one big surprise, though.
Yes, the one I've already technically mentioned. Well, no, it's alluded to.
If you say his name, he will appear. They're talking about
that one.
They're talking about him in London and Paris and Tokyo.
Yes, the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. That was not that big of a surprise because I saw it coming.
That was technically, besides IShowSpeed, that was technically.
No, AJ.
Oh, yeah, AJ. Yeah, but
that was a surprise.
That was a surprise.
Nobody saw that one coming. Not even me.
No.
Because there weren't even rumblings. Well, besides leak list, obviously. There were no real rumblings of him coming back.
No rumblings at the Rumble. Could you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to pick on me for saying the rumbling comment, don't you?
Styles being in here, it was already so many stars, and that really added to it.
Oh, yeah. But no, the thing was, one, nobody saw it coming. Because we were told that his injury he had was going to put him out for a year.
He obviously rehabbed quicker and was able to at least make
Or WWE knew that he was going to be back from Rumble, and they lied to us. Let's be honest.
Could be. It was a phenomenal plan, though. I will say that.
If AJ was younger, like, say it was like Carmelo Hayes, one of the younger guys, I could see them doing a ton of rehab and coming back sooner. AJ's not a young guy.
No.
He's 40 years old here.
Yeah.
Even with a ton of rehab, your body does not.
Oh. Cena had 3 eliminations, but guess who had the most? It was tied for 2 people. Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. Each had 4. So I'm glad they did that because you can't have someone thrown out like 8 people every year.
Yeah.
So the fact that Roman and Jacob each had 4, and Jacob was dominant. They said he's only 6'2". He looks a lot bigger than that. I think it's because of how strong he is.
Yeah,
he looks
like big boy.
Than 6'2".
He definitely fixed his nickname of Samoan Werewolf, though.
Sola did not come out in this match. I was looking for him to be involved. No, but they say I was looking online. They said the reason they don't have him compete very much is he's supposed to be like the chief, so that they only have him come out for like the really big matches. But to me, a Rumble match would be a big enough match to put him in. So I was kind of
Oh,
shocked
yeah.
that Solo wasn't in there, and at least him and Roman didn't have their
Yeah. He still has not acknowledged Roman Reigns like he said he was going to.
no. So that story is going to continue on, I think, till Mania.
Oh, yeah, probably. More than likely.
They had a moment where Cena and Reigns are staring each other down. Out comes Punk. They're staring each other down. Out comes Rollins. They're staring each other
Oh,
down.
yeah, that
Finally
that
start
moment was
fighting.
cool.
LA Knight came out.
Yeah.
And then number 30 was Logan Paul, which, come on, really? I know it was going to get him heat, but having him getting booed out of the building was hilarious. I will say I did hear that Drew was mad because his elimination was supposed to go different, and he said, yeah, so-and-so had to get their moves in. So he was actually heated and like stormed out of the building.
Yeah, I heard about that too. He didn't say who it was that went off script.
We're assuming it's Priest.
Yeah. But
Which
let's
it
be
doesn't
honest,
change
Drew
the
wasn't
outcome of
supposed
the
to win
match.
anyways, so I don't think WWE really cared.
So going into this, Cena was the heavy favorite. The most shocking moment in the match to me, second most shocking, was when Punk eliminated both Rollins and Roman at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And then Punk was tossed out immediately after by Logan Paul. So your final three men, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, and fan favorite to win, John Cena.
So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, Cena's got this. It's over.
Cena's got this. And I said to you, I'm kind of shocked Jey made the final three because if you look to the favorites, Cena, Punk, Roman, Rollins, Drew, even Logan Paul. I mean, so out goes Logan Paul, and we're down to Cena and Uso. And it's like, okay, they're just trying to give Uso, he's going to be runner up again. He's going to be close to getting to the main event again. And then Cena gets him out on the apron, goes for the AA. Jey gets back in the ring, shoves Cena off. So, yeet, yeet, yeet. Jey wins the Rumble in one of the most shocking Rumble wins of all time, I will say.
Yeah, like who saw that coming? That was definitely not on my bingo card.
Me either. Like I said, down the list of people, if you look at the names of winners, Cena would have been number one. I would say Punk was the guy I said if Cena didn't win, he was going to win. And then Roman, Rollins, Drew, in whatever order you put them. Jey, here's the thing though. A lot of people are mad about it. I'm not, because every now and then you need to pull a shot.
And why? It was not a predictable winner at all.
How long have they been calling him main event Jey Uso? But he really hasn't had, other than the tag main event he had at Mania.
Yeah, he's not really had a main event match.
He had that match against Gunther, Saturday night's main event, that I know was, I haven't actually got a chance to sit down and watch that, but I heard it was really good. So I'm thinking they called an audible. I'm wondering if Cena was the original planned winner. And then they decided to swerve us.
Who knows?
I'm happy with it. I think,
I mean,
I'm not
I'm
saying
okay with it.
Maybe Jey doesn't have to main event night 2. Maybe they won't go that route, because I
heard the
think
rumor
what they're doing with Cena, I wonder if they decided, let's not give Cena the clear path to Mania or even to getting a title shot. Let's make him go on a journey here. A lot of people think Cena's going to go heel in order to get that title shot.
No, they're not going to turn Cena heel at this point.
I don't see why they would need to.
No, it would be dumb to turn him heel at this point. If they were going to do it, they should have done it back in like 2012. Not now. This is his final year in WWE.
I would say Jey earned it. He's put in the work. He gets the reaction every week. Even the broadcasters are doing even Michael freaking Cole said the hell with it one week and got on the
announce table.
So
yeah, that was hilarious.
The audience reaction, it hasn't been forced. Jey Uso's rise to the top has been all organic. The audience has got behind him.
It's very organic. It's something that doesn't happen very often. And instead of being Vince McMahon and being like, oh, I didn't want this guy to get this over, so let's bury him.
So
No,
here's the question I
Triple
have.
H is going to embrace it.
Here's the question I have. Because
Yeah.
Roman is Roman technically on Raw now?
No. He's still
Okay.
technically a SmackDown guy.
Okay. Here's my question though.
I do believe.
Seth attacked Roman after they were eliminated with a couple of curb stomps.
And Punk. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely not over. There's a very good chance that could lead to something down the road.
Well, no, I'm thinking Mania.
Yeah.
My question though is, see, originally I thought it was going to go like this. I thought it was going to be Gunther, Punk.
All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. My computer's almost dead.
Drew and Rollins in a fatal 4-way or something like that. But now it looks like we may be headed to
A
Roman,
Punk Seth triple threat. I'd be okay with that.
Either that
We'll
or they're
see where
leading
the
to
story goes.
either that or they're going to a chamber match. They're all going to be in the chamber.
Yeah, either one. We'll see. We'll have to see where it goes.
Well, I would say the Rumble was really good. There were a few missteps. I give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was still a good Rumble, though.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. 4 out of 5 there. All right, we're going to let you guys go. Sorry to wrap this up quick, but my computer's almost dead.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you guys later. We'll be back with more videos soon, we promise. Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet. Yeet.